The Independent National Electoral Commission says it is committed to working harder to overcome the challenges experienced in the last election. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu says nothing else will be acceptable to Nigerians. He said all staff are found to be negligent, whether they are regular or ad hoc officials, will not be allowed in the forthcoming elections. The INEC chairman said this when he met with the resident electoral commissioners for the third time in less than 2 months to fine-tune preparations ahead of the governorship election. Mr. Yakubu says the commission has received reports from the state offices, complaints and petitions from political parties and candidates. The INEC chairman says winners have been declared for the 423 national legislative seats, while supplementary elections will be held in 46 constituencies.
Winners have also been declared for 423 national legislative seats, while supplementary elections will be held in 46 constituencies. In the Senate, 98 out of 109 seats have been declared. So far, 7 political parties have won senatorial seats, while in the House of Representatives, 325 out of 360 seats have been won by 8 political parties. As we approach the governorship and state assembly elections, we must work harder to overcome the challenges experienced in the last election. Nothing else will be acceptable to Nigerians.
Now let's go to Ogun State, where politicians and party supporters have been warned to avoid anything that may lead to a breach of peace before, during and after the governorship elections and State House of Assembly elections. Commissioner of Police and the resident electoral commissioner gave the warning during a stakeholder meeting with leaders of political parties and House of Assembly candidates. Kazim Olowe reports.
As politicians in Ogun State prepare ahead of March the 11th governorship and state assembly elections, security men and the Independent National Electoral Commission have advised them to keep to the rules and avoid things that can cause unrest in the state. While speaking during the opening session of the program, the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, Frank Umba, said the police will not tolerate any act or violation of the Constitution and the Electoral Act.
Disorderly conduct at the election polls or inciting disorderly conduct at the polling units is punishable by 12 months imprisonment or a fine of 500,000 naira or a combination of both. Unlawful possession of weapon, all kind of weapons, will not be allowed.
He maintained that political party supporters and their leaders must know what they are not expected to do and what they can do on election day.
The last time we spoke to the media, we also reminded citizens of the restriction on the use of telephones at the polling centers. Some people try to put the rec out of context, and I want to say clearly that we have not in any way outlawed the use of phones on election day.
On no account must anybody come in vehicles, come up in logos, or have face caps or T-shirts bearing logos of our political parties.
Party leaders also used the opportunity of the stakeholders' engagement to ask questions and to commend the police in the state for providing adequate security arrangements during the presidential and National Assembly elections.
Things in the Ogun State were very peaceful compared to other states in Nigeria.
Cast your vote and go home. No fracas, no police arresting, no intimidation, no all those kind of things. So we give kudos to you.
With this interaction, it is expected that the politicians and their followers in Ogun State will play by the rules and support the Electoral Commission and the security agencies in achieving peaceful exercise. Kazim Olowe, TVC News, Abeokuta.
Well, to Osun State now, where the Asiwaju Musulumi of Yoruba land, Tunde Badmus, has urged the President-elect, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, to follow to the letter the manifesto of the party when sworn in. Mr. Badmus said this in the Osogbo at the gathering of sons and daughters of the town. Rafi Hamid reports.
It's a gathering of sons and daughters of Osogbo land. They are here on the invitation of the Asiwaju Muslimi of Yoruba land, including Edo and Delta, Alhaji Tunde Badmus. He appreciates them for being peaceful during the just concluded presidential and National Assembly election.
In the past, we are divided, and in this division, people were not aware of what and what to do. This is a Osogbo community that has about almost 200,000 registered voters. And all along, we have not been utilizing it.
So the goal is to ensure that we have peace, which the state is known for in this city, for the economic development of the whole state.
Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was declared the president-elect by the Independent National Electoral Commission on Wednesday and was also issued certificate of return alongside his vice. Tunde Badmus says Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has made his marks in Lagos as governor with an assurance that he will do better for the country.
The party has a manifesto, and this manifesto has been released to the public. So my only appeal to him is to make sure that he follows the manifesto, what he has promised the people of Nigeria. He has promised, he talk about the economy, he talk about the security. So it's part of what he has promised to deliver. And that was why one of the reasons why he was voted in throughout the country.
I'm very confident that he's up to the task in being able to assemble a team that will be able to confront the myriads of challenges confronting our country in the area of economy, in the area of security, in the area of education, employment, health, and so on and so forth. He has the track record.
Ajibola Bashiru, who lost his seat to PDP candidate, vowed to challenge the outcome of the election at the tribunal.
We have evidence of overvoting, evidence of ballot snatching, and evidence of all sort of untoward activity by the ruling PDP here that robbed us of our seat at the National Assembly. So our electoral process will not be complete until judicial remedy is also utilized.
They also used the opportunity to pray for the state and Nigeria at large. Rafi Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.
In the meantime, the kinsmen of Governor Aminu Masari has joined millions of supporters to celebrate the victory of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu at the just concluded elections. The youths, elderly and women occupy the streets of Katsina to celebrate his victory. Our correspondent Abdulatif Yusuf reports.
The organizers of these rallies want to show the world how important it is for power to rotate within the nation for fairness and development. The victory of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is not for him and the party alone, but for the entire people of Katsina who have worked day and night to contribute for the cause. We are praying for Allah's guidance to our president-elect to enable him to do more than what is on ground. We trust he will touch our lives through his policies and programs. The peaceful rally also featured special prayers. The APC supporters also urged the people to come out to support the party in the next elections. Abdulatif Yusuf, TVC News, Katsina.